Let's talk about Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, and the Steelers. Their next game is on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. It's basic and it's simple. If you win, you advance in the NFL playoffs. If you don't, that means the Steelers will have still not won a game in the playoffs since 2016. It's time to start Justin Fields. And before you guys get in the comment section and get upset, I am not saying that Russell Wilson is the sole reason to why this team has lost their last 4 games, because he's not. But adding in Justin Fields can help you right now. They need juice on the offense, and Justin Fields can give you that. He went 5-2 with the team this season. And when they had him in the game manager role, he looked very good. Justin Fields did a good job of taking care of the football. I know that he had a fumble against the Indianapolis Colts, but in that matchup, he almost put the team on his back and they almost won that game. 5 passing touchdowns to 1 interception. And I'm the same guy, for context here, that came on 2.5 months ago, right before the New York Jets game, and I was saying, hey, let Russell Wilson get a chance to go out there and start. Let's see what the passing offense looks like. Russell Wilson can still go out there and move around, but he doesn't have the speed like Justin Fields, and he doesn't have the same speed that he once had. When I look at Justin Fields, he's able to extend the play. He can keep his eyes down the field, and he's going to make this offense be less predictable. When you play that contained coverage with Russell Wilson, he can't go anywhere. And this offensive line, they've taken a massive dip in the last month of the regular season. And Justin Fields played with bad offensive lines with the Chicago Bears. He played when the offensive line was inconsistent earlier in the season. When they were dealing with a lot of penalties, they overcame that adversity with Justin Fields. I'm not saying when you put him in the game that he's going to be a franchise quarterback, but right now he's the better quarterback option. Yes, Russell Wilson has the moon ball. He can push the football deep down the field. Now, Justin Fields doesn't have the deep accuracy that Russell Wilson has, but he does have a deep ball. And we've seen this since his rookie season. Look at these plays by Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has been known to take care of the football in his career. He's been known to be a quarterback that's been very good in the red zone. Not this season. And not the last 4 games. Russell Wilson, over the last 4 games, 4 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a fumble. The first play that I want to look at is this right here against the Baltimore Ravens. Russell Wilson rushes outside the pocket. He still has some mobility to his game. Justin Fields would probably went out there for a touchdown. But when you look at Russell Wilson, he's doing his best. This is a veteran quarterback that has been in the league now for a very long time. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won 1, and he has gotten a chance to play with Hall of Fame coaches with Pete Carroll, Mike Tomlin, and Sean Payton last season. Why not slide here? Why put your team to a bad situation? Points are going to be hard to come by against the Baltimore Ravens, against any team in the AFC North, because you know each other so well. So why put the football in harm's way? And I understand fumbles are going to happen. Mistakes are going to happen. But you're a veteran quarterback. You expect for someone like Justin Fields, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels to have a play like this because they're younger. And Justin Fields is still in that rookie contract. They declined the 5th-year option. But he's not a rookie in his sophomore season anymore. But you have to slide in this situation. Instead, Russell Wilson wants to be the hero. He fumbles the football. They could have walked away with points, but they didn't. And the Baltimore Ravens, they scored off of this drive. You can't have these type of plays. Shout out to Russell Wilson for going out there and making a play with his legs, but you have to slide down. This right here against the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson just threw an interception to Minkah Fitzpatrick. The Steelers, they get the football back. This is the last chance effort here. The Ravens had all the momentum. They go out there, they get the interception with Minkah Fitzpatrick. Everyone has energy back into themselves. This is the first drive. He puts the football behind the tight end. It goes for a pick 6. You can't have these type of situations when you're a veteran quarterback. This is what has made Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, even Aaron Rodgers in the past. This is what has made all those quarterbacks great. Even Russell Wilson with the Seahawks. You can't have missed throws like this when it's a close game. You just gave the Baltimore Ravens 14 points with your fumble and with this pick 6. And Justin Fields only had 1 interception in 7 games. 1. And they benched him for Russell Wilson. They benched the kid that was able to go out there and have a winning record. He wasn't the sole reason why he was winning. He was a game manager. And you can make the case right now, Russell Wilson is a game manager with the Steelers. And he's not managing the game very well over the last 4 weeks. And this is the last turnover play that I want to look at with Russell Wilson. Against the Kansas City Chiefs, you're in the red zone yet again. You guys know how I feel about this. If you've been listening to this channel for some time now, you know I hate red zone turnovers. They're going to happen. But when you throw interceptions like this, the tight end is not open. You're trying to squeeze the ball into the tight window. You can't do it anymore. Maybe if Russell Wilson was in his early 20s, but this is still a bad decision. You don't put the football in harm's way here. You're going against a Super Bowl champion, the defending Super Bowl champions. Points are going to be hard to come by. Your defense is going to be able to go out there and stop them for a couple of drives. All you have to do, take care of the football, throw the football away. Put the football in harm's way again. The Kansas City Chiefs, they score off of this. Now, those select plays are bad on Russ. To take up for Russell Wilson, they've had a lot of major drops, especially against the Cincinnati Bengals in the last game of the regular season. I don't know what the hell George Pickens was on, but he had one of the worst games of his entire career, even dating back to high school. He only had 1 catch, 0 receiving yards. Calvin Austin III has dropped passes. George Pickens also missed time this season, dealing with a hamstring injury. He did not play against the Cleveland Browns. They won that matchup. Calvin Austin III was the number 1 guy. He did not play against the Philadelphia Eagles. In that game against the Philadelphia Eagles, it was a fumble by Najee Harris in the red zone. You can't have those type of plays. That's not on Russell Wilson. All Russ did was pitch him the football, and the Steelers rarely got to see the football again after that. And he was able to return against the Chiefs, and he hasn't looked the same since that hamstring injury. You can make the case that him and George Pickens and Russell Wilson, they have more chemistry than George Pickens and Justin Fields. That's okay. He was still able to get him the football, especially against the Atlanta Falcons, against the Las Vegas Raiders. You're going to make defensive coordinators have to guess because of the legs with Justin Fields. I'm not coming on here saying that he's a top 5 to top 10 quarterback, because whenever I talk about Justin Fields, a lot of people in my comment section make it seem like I'm saying he's the next Patrick Mahomes or he's the next Lamar Jackson. He's not. But I've seen this kid go out there with this team this season and have very good games. And they put him on a short leash. And this isn't talked about enough because the Steelers went out there and they won those football games with Russell Wilson. Even though they won those games, they went on a run with Russ. Russ had good moments, but the defense had his back. And he was able to go out there and extend the drives, put the football in the right situations. Now teams have caught on to Russell Wilson and to Arthur Smith. When he came in against the Jets, the Giants, the Washington Commanders in that first game against the Baltimore Ravens, he looked solid. Even in the first game against the Ravens, Russell Wilson was off. He was 23 of 36, 205 passing yards, 0 passing touchdowns, 1 interception. Against elite level competition, he gets exposed. And we saw this with the Denver Broncos in year number 1. Year number 2 was better because the offensive line protection was better, and he was with better coaching with Sean Payton. But when you look at Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, the knock on both quarterbacks, they hold on to the football for too long. They need to split up their clock. Well, the difference is this. Russell Wilson right now is a better passer, but he's holding on to the football for so long, when guys get open, he doesn't see them because he's dancing in the backfield. Justin Fields holds onto the ball for a very long time, but he's able to move around and buy time for wide receivers, and he will deliver the football on the dime, like how he did against the Raiders and how he did against the Atlanta Falcons and the Chargers. And the Chargers have a very good defense. They had a tough time stopping Justin Fields. The rushing game was better because he can keep the football and he can run with it, or they're going to have to worry about Najee Harris and his legs, and the same with Jaylen Warren. You're not worried about Russell Wilson in read option situations. He isn't a slow quarterback like Tom Brady. He can still move around, but he doesn't have the quickness to his game. And I'm tired of seeing the Steelers put in Justin Fields to be a gimmick player. He's not Taysom Hill. He's more than that. You're not going to use him as a wide receiver or a tight end. Let Justin Fields come into the game and let him throw the football a couple of times at least. They did that against the Cleveland Browns, but it was a predetermined deep shot. What the hell is that? Let Justin Fields go out there and at least have a chance crossing route, shallow cross, a comeback route. He can make those throws. He went in the first round for a reason. He had some good moments with the Chicago Bears. Look at Caleb Williams with the Chicago Bears right now. Look at Mitch Trubisky with the Chicago Bears. They can't develop a quarterback. Once again, I'm not saying that he's going to come in and help this team go on a Super Bowl run, but he will give them the juice that they're looking for. And I look at Arthur Smith. He's a terrible offensive coordinator. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of the throws at Russell Wilson that he's missing, that has nothing to do with Arthur Smith. The interception against the Chiefs, the fumble against the Baltimore Ravens, the pick six against the Ravens, that has nothing to do with play calling. That's Russell Wilson making bad and dumb decisions. Hopefully the Steelers will put in Justin Fields. I doubt that they will because Mike Tomlin is stubborn. He's a stubborn head coach. We saw this with Kenny Pickett. When Kenny Pickett was playing bad, he stuck with Kenny Pickett. He wanted Kenny Pickett to go out there. He wanted him to be his guy. We saw the same with Mitch Trubisky. When Mitch Trubisky was terrible, it took some time for him to move off of Mitch Trubisky and put in Kenny Pickett. And when Kenny Pickett went down last season, he had no choice but to bring in Mason Rudolph. And he still went with Mitch Trubisky when Kenny Pickett went down. He made the right decision at the time to bring in Russell Wilson. But it's time to bring in Justin Fields to help bring a boost to this offense. They're not even subbing him in the game anymore. And I know that he suffered a stomach injury against the Philadelphia Eagles, but he was able to go last week against the Bengals, and they didn't use him. They could have used an offensive boost. Let him go out there and use his legs. That's what they did against the Cincinnati Bengals in the first matchup. He ran for the first down. He is more than just a gimmick quarterback. He may not be a franchise quarterback, but right now he could be the juice that the Steelers need to get over the top over the Baltimore Ravens. Because you ask me right now, do I think the Steelers can beat the Ravens with Russell Wilson as a starting quarterback? I don't. Their defense has played better over the last month. While I look at the Steelers offense, they haven't played better. And they're going to need George Pickens to step up, and the same with Calvin Austin III, and they're going to need to get Mike Williams more involved. It's more than just the quarterbacks. This offense has been terrible in the last month because of play calling, and they can't get a push up front. But let me know in the comment section below who should be the starting quarterback against the Baltimore Ravens, Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. And this is a very interesting situation if you really think about it, because Justin Fields got to get the first team reps with the team in OTAs and in training camp because Russell Wilson was dealing with that calf injury. And he got the start for the first half of the season. So there's already chemistry there with Calvin Austin III, George Pickens, and Pat at the tight end position. But if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, I want each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for the video, guys. God bless. Peace.